Okay, YouTube, I'm commentating over another Edison format matchup at the Card Haven between Donnell Washington and Jimmy nguyen. Donnell's on the left playing Amaryllis, Amaryllis Burn Plant deck, and Jimmy's playing Vayu Turbo. This is like the second time Jimmy's been on the channel. This is like Donnell's fourth or fifth time being on there. Alright, so let's see. How's D Nasty going to start off? Donnell plays really slow, so this is going to be a long match. I had to speed it up more than normal. Okay, so let's see. I have no idea how to play against this plant burn deck or what it does. So he goes Hidden Armory Mills and adds what, a equip card, right? I think that's what it does. They used to search Premature Burial. What's he going to get? Oh, that's the brain control, right? I don't really know this deck, but yeah, see, Jimmy had to read it, picked it up. Yeah, I would have to read it too. I'm pretty sure like you brain control a monster and then you give it back to them. It's a weird card. Okay. Apparently this deck is getting popular again. This Plant Amaryllis Burn. I've played it a few times at locals. I don't have much experience against it, but it's annoying. That card is really annoying. So let's see. He foolishes either Dandy or the other guy. So yeah, Dandy. That's a nice Dandy. I like that secret dandelion. Oh god, he's using dice. Does he have Lone Fire too? That'd be interesting. So he just foolish Danny 2 tokens and passed? Okay. Oh no, I think he's still playing. So this was not Donnell's deck. He was borrowing John Vigil. He's been on the channel a few times. And Donnell was complaining about the build, so let's see how it goes. Alright, so Jimmy's going. Actually, these are both John's decks. Anytime you're using someone else's deck and you lose it, you always complain, "Oh my god, I lost because your deck sucks." Or something like that. I do it too, so I'm guilty of it as well. And my friends always do it to me. Anytime I let someone borrow my deck and they lose, they're always like, "Why are you playing this card?" Blah blah. You guys experience that with your friends? You let them borrow a deck and they're like, "Oh, your build sucks." And then they go and they change cards up. Alright, anyway, so he tributes for Caius. This is the card he was complaining about. Caius. One of the best cards in Edison format. And he was saying, "Oh, Caius sucks." We were all like, "Well, you're crazy, man." Caius seems pretty good right here. Gets rid of Sirocco against Vayu Turbo. And you get rid of a bottomless. Caius seems pretty good to me right there. Okay, so. Oh, wow. I didn't know they main deck Reaper in that deck. Good hit. And he hit Card Trooper. Alright. I didn't know. That's surprising. Only deck that usually plays Reaper is like the zombie deck. Maybe Plants occasionally will splash it in there for a Debris Dragon. Okay, so he up his Hidden Armory again. Yeah. I love trading. Everyone loves trading. Okay, so he gets DDR. What's he going to do with DDR? Get back Caius? I guess DDR is good if you get back Lone Fire that you banished for. Oh, he's going to get back Dandelion. So it just gets rid of the Reaper. Oh, and then he just passes. Okay, so he doesn't want to get hit with Reaper again. And Jimmy sets a monster. Okay, set. What did D Nasty set? He set. Oh, Hamster. Good hit. I didn't know he main decked Hamster. Like I said, I don't know the lists for this deck. People say it's good. I need to play against it more often. We'll see if it gets popular again. It was popular when I first started playing Edison and then died out, but now it seems to be gaining back steam. Apparently, it has some good matchups. I think Titanium just does really well against like the Monarch decks. Oh, he summoned Dark Arm. I've always been a big fan of the Secret Dark Armed. Some of my friends like the ulti, but to me, I've always liked the Secret rare. One of my close friends had an ultimate rare forever in his what deck did he use it in his Inzector deck? Okay, so he pitches. Oh, he trade ins Titanium. All right. Is Jimmy gonna have Solemn? I think he does have Solemn. He might Solemn this right here. No, he lets it go through, or he's thinking about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Solemn. So now I think we know Donnell has DDR in hand. So I'm pretty sure Jimmy is or John. Jimmy's using John's deck. Maybe he's main decking Dust Tornado. So if he goes DDR and he just like dusts or MSTs him. Okay, summon Lila. Attack Raikou. Oh, he had oppression. Okay, so he had oppression for the DDR. So yeah, definitely Solemning is worth it because you have Dark Arm, oppression. How can you deal with your Dark Arm? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good play by Jimmy. And he's got the Dark Arm on the field that Donnell still has to. Oh, Donnell has Dust Shoot. So Donnell's hand is DDR or Dust Shoot. So he has to either A, DDR. Can you pitch anything for DDR? I don't know. Or do you have to pitch a monster? I think it's any card. I think 1-for-1 is you have to pitch a monster. I'm pretty sure. And this Dust Shoot live. I think Dust Shoot is dead. I think Jimmy's got 2 cards in hand. And he mills. Okay, yeah. So he kept the Dust Shoot. Oh yeah, he scoops. Quick game 1. Apparently he top decked Dark Arm because I remember I was kind of like I wasn't watching the duel, but I was around and Donnell was like complaining about he top decked Dark Arm, blah blah blah. Donnell was complaining all day. We played in a PS5 tournament for Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, and we all did terrible. We all did terrible. So we just decided to film some Edison while we were there at the local. And like Donnell was already in a bad mood because not only did he do bad, he like kind of messed up with his deck. And he was in a bad mood, so then he took it out on our poor Jimmy. All right, let's go over the side deck. I have no idea. These are John's decks. I don't know what these guys are gonna side deck. Against the Plant Burn deck, DD Crow obviously is good. And against Vayu, I don't know. There's not really much that hurts Vayu. I guess Nobleman a cross out to hit Raikou Hamster because you get 5 cards out of their deck. And if they set Vayu, so Nobleman's pretty good. You can DD Crow them as well. It hurts. Consecrated Light if you side that. Shadow Mirrors if you side that. We'll see what John has in his side deck. But as far as like what Vayu sides against Plant Burn, I think just maybe Nobleman too. You can hit like if they set a face down Dandelion. You can maybe Smashing Ground to out Titanium. Stuff like that. Because Titanium is pretty tough to deal with Titanium. Because like this deck wins just through card advantage by Vayu bringing out the 26 beater. The 23 beater, the 25 beater. And then Raikous and Hamsters. But then how do you deal with a Titanium? So yeah, maybe a Smashing Ground. Because Titanium with tokens is just a lot of decks can't deal with it. He doesn't have Kalut in his deck like the pure Blackwing deck does, so yeah, these two take forever to side deck, especially Donnell. But you guys did see Donnell. He won one of the Edison locals with my Blackwing deck. He was in a bad mood and he didn't want to play Edison. But then when they gave him the plant deck, he's like, "Oh, I'll play this deck." Because I think he wants to build that deck. So maybe we'll see more of Donnell on the channel playing Plant Amaryllis Burn. But he wants to use Volcanic. He told me he wants to play Volcanic Shell in his plant deck. All right. These two are taken. Surprisingly, Donnell finished siding before Jimmy. That's shocking. Usually Donnell takes his sweet time side decking. Okay, can we get a glimpse of what Jimmy sided in? That Reaper game one was... Oh, Deck Dev. Oof. That's a good side deck card. I forgot about Deck Dev. Yo, Nobleman, yeah. That's what I expected. Nobleman. I forgot about Deck Dev. Those cards are just blowouts sometimes. Deck Dev, Eradicator. All right, so let's see. D Nasty's going to go first. What can he do? Trade in. Pitch the Amaryllis. Okay, so good opening for D Nasty. Ooh, Lone Fire. All right. He's going to get Dandelion or... Is he going to get both? Okay, so he burns through both Lone Fires. Gets Titanium. Okay, so... Okay, so he summons the burn card by banishing Lone Fire. Yeah, Jimmy's reading it. I think it burns for 800. So let's see. Rhoda for Greffer. Or Armageddon. I know I was watching... he had a video on the channel... Ramiro, that guy just summons Armageddon Knight like every turn in his Vayu deck. Yeah, Armageddon. I was playing Armageddon Knight in my Blackwing deck, my pure Blackwing deck. I know, but it just, I don't know. Maybe I should put it back in. So he Armageddon, stumps Vayu. So he burns him for what? Yeah, they're taking... I think Donnell forgot to take life this game. So Jimmy sets 2. I wonder how Jimmy's going to deal with Titanium. If Donnell gets a Dandelion out somehow, Jimmy's in trouble. Okay, so he deprisons and then he tributes Dandelion. Oof. Now, yeah, this is bad. It's not looking good for Jimmy. So he hit him for 14. And he gets the burn card. Okay, so he bottomlesses, so yeah. Bottomless is a target. Good hit right there. Good hit. Bottomless is pretty good against that deck. Deep Prison too, but they normally don't attack with it. Some people do. I guess you want to Caius that thing too, if you can. But then they can DDR it back, so maybe they play Burial in that deck. Maybe. I'm pretty sure they do. Alright. So Jimmy's trying to deal with those tokens. Let's see. What is D Nasty going to do? Sorry for the sirens. Oh my god. Alright. Come on. What are you scared of, Donnell? Kalute? And Vayu Turbo? Oh, Deck Dev. Ooh. So he's gonna get rid of the token, right? Yeah. So he gets Sangan, Card Trooper, Hamster. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a blowout. He just hit 4 cards and a token. Oh man, I did not see that coming. But I guess deck dev is just always live in this deck, so it's good. Maybe even going second. That's crazy. But now, how does he deal with the Titanium? I don't think they're keeping track of life. Donnell was not keeping track of life, so I don't know what life points are at. Okay, so he summons Armed Wing. That's why when I play, I always keep the life. But I think Jimmy was keeping track of it, and Donnell didn't care. Oh, Caius. That's still... Yeah. 2 cards to get rid of Titanium. Okay, I couldn't see what the card was. I think he drew Caius. No, he drew a trap card because we know he has the plant, the big plant in his hand. Two Armageddon Knights. Okay. So this is kind of how this deck plays. This Vayu Turbo. They just let go, like summon. And set a bunch of traps. Just slowly grind your resources out with Ryko and Hamster and then Armageddon for the Vayus and stuff. It's a really simple deck. So I think anyone who wants to pick up Edison, that deck's good. Oppression and stuff. Okay, so they're fixing the life points. Shout out to Jimmy for doing it because Donnell was too lazy. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Jimmy's at 16. So he's taking a lot of damage. And Donnell's at what, 66? And that deck dev, man. I think Jimmy was going to lose. No spoiler, though. But Jimmy was in trouble. But that deck dev put him back in the game. Can D Nasty fight out of it? What can Donnell top deck? He has a lot good. Lone Fire's gone. I don't think they play Avarice in this version of this plant deck. So, just checking his graveyard like he drew Avarice. Oh, call. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Call Titanium. That was a good draw. So that's a card he drew. And then he hits for 14. Oh, but Jimmy's low on life, so he could just burn him with that thing. So yeah, Jimmy's life points are just so low. So normal Sirocco. Oh, it's got Bottomless. Okay, so that's Bottomless. Okay, so that's game. So yeah, Jimmy put that deck dev, like Jimmy would have gone blown out if it was for that deck dev. But he was just too low on life. And the Donnell, I think that Call of Haunted really, that was a nice top deck. All right, so we're going to game 3 between Donnell and Jimmy. And yeah, so let's go over these two duelists' credentials. Donnell's top 2 YCSs. He topped the YCS Chicago in 2015 and YCS Fort Worth in 2019. These two I'm really good friends with, so I know them both very well. And Jimmy, like I said, last video, he's topped Nats twice, topped Nationals in 2014 and 2016, and he went to Worlds both times he topped Nationals. And he top 8 Worlds the first time. Top 8 Worlds in 2014 with Infernity. It's crazy, man. Some people don't even go to Worlds once, and this man went twice. Okay, so now we figured out. We saw with Jimmy's side decking. So deck dev, nobleman. We didn't really see D Nasty's side deck. But if Jimmy goes first and opens up that deck dev, oh man. But how could he'd have to like summon it somehow? He'd have to he can't like normal summon Sirocco on deck dev, so maybe he can do it like turn 2, turn 3. I remember one time I was playing against the Norlaris deck and he like dark armed me and he eradicated me. It was bad. I like bottomless his dark arm and he chained eradicator. Something crazy like that happened. Or skill drain. I think it was skill drain. And then he chained eradicators. Pretty nice. Alright. So game 3. So I think I mentioned this earlier, but Donnell does not like Caius in the plant burn deck. I kind of see his reasoning. You kind of just want to stick to like summoning Titanial, summoning the burn. So I get it. Like I said, I don't know enough about this deck to make a list. Now here comes the power shuffle. Okay, I see Dust Tornado, Oppression, DD Crow, yep. So, yeah, Dust Tornado is pretty good. You can hit the DDR. Okay, so he opens Greffer. I like this rarity of Greffer. So, Vayu Sirocco. So, does he have the deck dev? No, he does not have the deck dev. Because he would have definitely summoned the Armed Wing. Alright, let's see what D Nasty does here in game 3. Okay, MST. What if he had Dust Shoot? Some people like to hold it for this situation. Okay, Special Cyber Dragon. Caius? No, I don't think so. Okay, so he's just gonna go Cyber Dragon, Lila. So he sided Cyber Dragon against Vayu Turbo. I don't. It's all right. I don't know if I'd sided against them. I was sided against normal Blackwing, so he milled heavy, torrential. So now Jimmy can play without having to fear heavy or torrential. That's pretty nice, don't you guys think? Oh, dark armed again. Oh man. And Donald's got 2 cards in hand, so he's about to lose. Oh, he had a back row. I didn't see his back row. Okay. At least you got rid of the cyber. I didn't know Donald had a back row. I didn't see it. Why does he banish the bottomless? Bottomless doesn't get banished. Okay, Trooper, and oh, he milled Plague. So and a Sirocco. Man, nice mills. So he takes what, 6, 19, so 25. Yeah. Oh, great. He's completely messing this up. Yeah, so 55, 59. Yeah, so he knows heavy's gone. So Jimmy's got what, 4 cards to Donnell's 2 cards or 3 now. So 3 to 4. Let's see what Donnell can do with 3 cards. Oh, so he just scoops. He bricked. Hope you guys enjoyed that duel. Amaryllis Burn versus Vayu Turbo. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.